Hello everyone. Welcome to Blight League. This is I think this is my day 3-ish, day 4 progression. Um, 1 day, 2 hours. So this is a Necromancer that's only level 84, and it is a Poet's Pen Val Detonate and Detonate Dead build. Briefly go over the point of this build is that Necromancer's corpse got buffed. As you can see here, corpse despawn have 50% increased maximum life and a whole bunch of attack speed per corpse consumed recently. Right? And also here that for every corpse you eat, you regen a bunch of mana and a lot of bonus mana over here. And I chose Commander of Darkness rather than Mr. Joe Sacrifice because I already have enough attack speed from Frenzy as it is. So this is going back to one of the old school mods where we use Indigon to scale our spell damage. So as you can see here, we have 24% increased spell damage for each 200% mana spent, and we spend more and more mana. We scale our frenzy cost with a fevered mind. So this is increase 100% mana cost, so that we will spawn faster and faster. You can see here we attack faster and faster, right? So without frenzy charges, I am around 0.13, 0.14, and that's pretty good in my opinion. And as you can see, our mana shoots up. Right now I have 4.4k life, 1.5k energy shield. Planning to go a little more hard on the energy shield, go hybrid, and 2.2k mana left for Mind Over Matter. So that's essentially the build. I am scaling mana and mana regen just for Indigon. So the more mana we have, the more damage we deal. And I'm going with the mana theme because they recently added new mods to mana flasks. So enduring is that we do not remove the flask effect during full mana, so it keeps on regenning, and we're scaling the mana with the flask effect soon. There's a flask effect right here, so I will be getting this soon, where I can get more flask effect for the mana flasks. The uniques that I am running is Poet's Pen. Poet's Pen triggers a skill that is socketed within it. So on my main hand, I have Desecrate and Spell Cascade. These are the two. And I have just a Val Detonate Dead just for me to press during boss. I have Spell Cascade, Volatile Dead, and Elemental Focus in my offhand, and I swap in Conk instead of Spell Cascade during single target. And that's about it. And Poet's Pen got buffed recently in the most recent patch. It went from 0.25 milliseconds cooldown to 0.15. That's why I can push the frenzy attack speed so much without really trying too hard on the tree. As you can see, I don't really get any attack speed on the tree specifically. We're just letting the corpse pact take over pretty much. The belt is pretty important. The main line you want to look for is the mana recovery rate. The cooldown recovery speed is good, but it's not necessary because Poet's Pen got buffed so much. I bought this for very cheap actually. This was a steal for me. Gloves, it's important to use insanity, essence of insanity, to craft your gloves. I did this craft in 2 tries, so that's about 10 chaos worth of insanities As you can see here, my suffixes are pretty nice, right? If you see mana in your gear, it's not that bad. Like mana is good for you, right? This is T2 mana with the Assassin's Mark on hit. I'll take it. This is pretty good. It has energy shield as well. So once I get enough resist, I'll craft a life on it, and it'll be a perfect ring, right? The amulet we're using at series foible. This is just a lot of mana and mana regen. Later on, we'll get a attack speed or movement speed or extra curse or quantity as the implicit, but mana regen is not bad. Mana regen is more damage. For jewels, we're looking for multi attack speed, AoE, mana's a good one, stuff like that. So this is a interesting node. I think this recently got buffed. We get 4% max mana as energy shield. This is the same clarity which Watcher's Eye mod that you can get, but right now I only have the mana recovery rate. This is a pretty cheap jewel. Mana recovery rate is don't mind the corruption that I did myself. Mana recovery rate is one of the more important mods. It's like life recovery on RF builds. You want to stack those because that scales your regen, that scales your leech, that scales everything, right? 2 auras that I'm running are precision and clarity. Yeah, this is just increase my hit chance. I don't know if it's needed, but I'll put it on. Clarity is for the mana regen per second. In my boots, I have cast on damage taken, flame golem, feeding frenzy, and elemental army. Elemental army pretty much is our pen, right? And then feeding frenzy makes it more aggressive, so it actually attacks stuff. In our frenzy, I have frenzy, GMP, faster attacks. So these are, I'm using GMP to scale up the mana cost. Faster attacks is necessary. And I have combustion. Combustion is just when it does ignite, it has a 47. When it levels up, it's going to be 49 chance to ignite. When it does ignite half the time, it's going to have minus 18 to fire res. So that's another pen, right? On a tree, we're stacking penetration. We have 6% pen, 7 here, and 5 more here. So 12% on the tree by itself. This leeches energy shield, so that's why I'm going hybrid. And that's about it. We're just getting generic life and spell crit AoE, stuff like that. It's very generic tree that I'm going for, but yeah, it's nothing special on the tree itself. And as for the anointment, I'm not sure if it's best to get +1 minimum. Sorry, it would be here. +1 minimum frenzy charge, or it would be best to get +1 minimum endurance charge for extra tankiness. Haven't really thought about it. Herbalism is a good one. 10% life. These mana nodes are good ones. You know, I'm not sure what I'll get on the anointment yet. I will update the build once I do get a chance to do that. So playstyle is pretty simple. We just hold down our frenzy key, and as you can see, let everything calm down first. So by default, I have 0.25 attack time. So the more we attack, the faster our attack time becomes, because we're eating more and more corpses, right? So okay, let me go to a more open area so we can consume more and more corpse. It would be around 0.414, 0.15 when we have 4 frenzy charges. So I have +1 over here, and the 3 default charges. So frenzy is 4% per, so I have 4, I have 16 on top of what normally I have. So It's quite a lot. I'll mute the mic and I'll do a example T5. Yeah, I don't have that much currency yet. My Atlas progression has only been in white maps. I'm trying to fill that all in before I jump into yellows, so that's why. Elemental equilibrium, not that big of a deal in these white maps, and especially when I have like so much penetration or elemental resistance penetration. I'm just stripping so much. Right, my flame golem strips a bunch. My frenzy itself strips a bunch. I have pen on the tree. It's pretty great. I leveled this build with with regular SRS, so no big deal there. It's just you play your SRS all the way up until you can gather enough currency to buy your Dab of Ink cards. I traded both of my Poet's Pen in from Dab of Ink. Though I bought them for 4 chaos on day 2, and I bought the Indigon for 13 chaos. So build's not very expensive at all. The belt was like 5 chaos because the guy didn't know what he was doing. This cost nothing. This thing costed 10 chaos to craft for me. Very, very cheap. And as for towers go, I like the ice and I like the minions, because they just stop the mobs in the tracks, like especially the cage, and I really like the drone minion. The level 4 drone minions they're pretty cute. Right. Ice cage right here. Alright, so Blight is not challenging for this type of character at all. Garbage. Right, so Blight content's pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. Just hit everything, right? And for bosses, right? So what you can do in a boss room is that you can just pre-fire, right? And then you just pre-fire the boss, and then you just get one tapped, right? And remember, I'm using Spell Cascade for these white maps. Acceleration Shrine is always fun. You just spawn so many balls, right? Pretty easy. Yeah, this is the playstyle. You just literally click and then you go, click and then you go. So pretty good. I also have a Orb of Storms. on a 2-link with the Arcane Surge, but I'm not sure how useful that is. And I have a Flame Dash with faster casting, as you can see. But yeah, that's about it. This is the build. I think it's pretty strong. I have to update once I get into like either red maps or when I'm bossing and see what happens then. But yeah, thanks for watching.